for everybody joining us back here at Bricks Banter, the podcast that discusses homes happening and other random stuff that we like to talk about. So I'm Shelly Demetralis.
Seth Demetralis.
Love that. Love that you're here today. Good times. All right. In today's episode, we're going to be continuing our series of steps in buying a home.
Okay.
Ironically, we're on step 4.
That would make sense.
Step 4. I know.
Yeah.
It's it's not going to happen again, but yeah.
Well, it's, the smart people might figure out that next week, episode 5, will be on step 5.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, hard to say though.
Yeah, so we're gonna continue with step 4 of that. It's funny because somebody was like, "Oh, everybody knows about it." I was like, "Yeah, but they don't." We've had so many questions, so many people asking us questions about, I had no idea about that. Like, that's really good information. I was like, yeah, I said, it's kind of one of those things that, steps in buying a home, they're pretty basic, but there's like a lot of little things in each step. And sometimes you don't really think about them. So, but we're going to get to step 4 today. We're also going to talk about your favorite room in the house. We'll get there. Just calm down. I think I know what it is. I'm going to take a stab in the dark because we kind of talked about, my favorite room last week, but we're going to talk about your favorite room. And then, of course, just some banter and quick snap questions, see what's going on. As always, want a huge shout out to Tim Chase and 719 Lending for letting us use their beautiful studio here to chat with each other. It's just me and you, just chatting. So, contact 719 Lending for all your lending needs, 844-719-LEND, L-E-N-D. We love them.
Yeah.
So,
thanks, Tim.
Yeah, love that. Tim and Marquise and everybody else over there at 719 Lending. So,
well,
let's get down to the brass tacks of our talk today. We'll offer you some suggestions, some information, and, some funny things at the end. So make sure you stick around because we always love to know what's on Seth's mind. So,
oh, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
It's an interesting place.
It really is. So, all righty. Well, let's just jump right off. Topic 1, buying a house. Let's recap steps 1 through 3. Because we like to do that, in case anybody's just joining us for this one. Got to go back. If you haven't heard steps 1 through 3, make sure you listen to the previous podcast. But
for sure.
So step 1, it's kind of 1 and 1.1,
Yep.
So that was goals. You said goals.
Yes.
And I said budget, right? So it's they kind of go hand in hand.
For sure.
Got to figure out the budget for your goals kind of thing.
Right.
Step 2, one of the most important steps was
the real estate professional.
Right. Find your real estate professional, which we're here to help everybody, of course.
Yep.
You just contact us because we totally know and we can help you. So, and then last week was step 3, which was
wasn't that?
That was finding the right home.
Well, right. Which is a lot easier said than done.
Right.
It's going to start looking.
Right. And we talked about, making sure you're on the same page if you're buying a house with somebody and, talking about those goals and,
wants versus needs.
Yeah, exactly. Needs versus wants. So today, now that we've found the right house, step 4. Can you guess? I think you kind of know, but what's step 4?
Imprisonment. No, I don't know. Now that you've found the right house, you need to start thinking about making an offer.
That's right. Got to make an offer. Hey, there it is. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Chicken sounds kind of good right now, actually.
I could go for some fried chicken.
I definitely could go
some mashed potatoes, some gravy.
Okay, we're going down a rabbit hole. I don't know.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, a little bit. I can see that.
Yeah.
So making the right offer, which is, why it's so important. Step 2, finding that real estate professional.
Mm-hmm.
Because, everybody thinks, oh, I know what I'm doing. So, when you're writing an offer, what are some of the main points in there that real estate professional is going to be able to help you with?
A lot of the finer details of the contracts. I mean, inclusions, exclusions, purchase price, different offers, making sure kind of just, it's going to be this back and forth process of trying to get the right deal figured out for both parties, both sides.
Right.
I mean, the best part is if you're fortunate enough to have a real estate professional on the other side, it's pretty good.
That's true too. That's
It's good to work with both parties that are competent and knowing what they're doing.
It really is. And and part of the reason we talked about in like the first step and is like it's emotional. Buyers and sellers, like it's emotional for them. It's 100, and not that it's not emotional for us, but as the professional, like that's not like, we're there, like just solid, like not riding that wave of emotion kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we get excited for you and all that stuff, but sellers, like they got memories tied up in that house and all the things, and a buyer is so excited about the new memories they're going to create. So yeah, finding that person to negotiate for you.
Absolutely.
And leave that out of it. So yeah, you mentioned some really good things, inclusions and exclusions. What's that? Just, real quick.
That's just, like I said, the finer points of the contract about, what may be included or excluded from the purchase of a house. Because there's a lot of things that people don't think about that could be, included or excluded.
Like what? Give me an example.
Really anything affixed to the house is going to be included. And that's hard for some people because people do some custom cabinets and furniture. But if that stuff is mounted to the wall, especially when you take pictures, that comes with the house. Obviously you can try to exclude that kind of stuff.
Right.
That conversation's had, but there's a lot of things that people think that they can, like, it's their stuff, but if it's affixed to the house and comes with the house, then that's something that people don't typically recognize.
Right. And some of those things that I've seen are like drapery.
Yes.
Curtains.
Yeah.
That's technically affixed to the house.
Correct.
So, and we're going to get to the whole series about listing your home, and that's a whole other long series. But that's, when you're listing a home, like you got to tell, your agent, hey, I'm taking these or take them down. Like if you don't take them down, then you have to exclude them.
Exactly.
So that, you're right, that needs to be in the contract, or that, stuff in the backyard, like,
like I've seen an offer fall through because of a decorative chandelier. So
right, exactly.
You've got to be on your game.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and we had one like that, and it was like a family heirloom kind of thing, and, they just, the buyers thought it came with the house, but it was written in the contract that it wasn't exclusion. It was excluded.
Yep.
And so they were real upset about it. I do remember that.
But it's, and that's probably the best case scenario though, is because you wouldn't want to go through with that contract and then get into this nasty nitty gritty fight over it.
Right.
It's better that it ended up that way. So good thing you had a professional on the other side.
Well, exactly.
To write that in the contract.
100%. Yeah, because that's our goal. Obviously making sure that we're protecting, as the fiduciary, our client, and then the same thing on the other side. That's why it's so great to have a real estate professional on both sides.
Yeah.
Of because then you're not. Yes, you're negotiating, but you're talking to your agent about it, and they're in there, with the other agent going back and forth. So, eliminating that personal, emotional kind of roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
We're just down to the details of it.
Yep. The details in the business and the professional side.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is not, your buyers or your seller's concern. That's your job as the real estate professional.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I love that. Price. Obviously, you said price.
Yeah.
Yeah, which can include, concessions.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't know what concessions are, what they can be used for.
Give us a couple examples if you.
Oh, well, concessions can, be towards your closing costs.
Yep.
They can be applied towards your closing costs of the property, so you don't have to do that. They can, you can use them as rate buy downs. A lot of people right now, a lot of buyers sitting on the fence waiting. Yep. But yeah, let's get some concessions in there to do a rate buy down and buy down your mortgage rate that, 719 Lending can help you with, called Tim Chase.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. So concessions can do that. They can be used for very specific things. So negotiating those in there. Mm-hmm. Let's see, what else did you say? Dates. Dates are a big negotiating point.
Yeah.
And there's so many dates, like in our Colorado contract, there's, I don't even know, it's like 30 some dates in there, and a lot of them, pertain to the title company and it's, their stuff. But a lot of the like earnest money, when do you have to turn that in? That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. And that's something you should have ahead of time, obviously. Yeah. And know that, but, inspection, the date you have to either decide to continue or cancel, or this is what I want you to fix. Yeah, that's a big date.
The date in which you have to approve funding.
Yep. The date.
There's plenty of dates.
Your loan date, yeah, and the big date, of course, closing date.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is kind of like, I was kind of thinking about it, like, the first step was kind of like the appetizer. you know, like we talk about food.
Yeah.
And this is like the meat and potatoes of it. Like this is the main course.
Well, this is the reason you hired us.
Right. And then the dessert is at the end. That's the closing. That's the good stuff. That's the feel good day for everybody. So, but yeah, this is like down to the meat and potatoes. So inspection items, you know, those are huge. Going back and forth. They can, you know.
Yeah, that opens a whole new window of negotiations for what needs to be fixed, you know, either to the buyer's wants or to the lender's wants. I mean, there's a lot of things that people don't think about when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Well, and you know, you talk about the
conventional and FHA loans as well.
Well, and the appraisal.
Yeah.
That's where that really comes into play.
Exactly.
You know, because if the appraisal has conditions on it, that's going to go back to the lender, and the lender's not going to give you that loan till they're fixed.
Or if you and the seller have agreed on a price and the estimate comes in low,
right?
They're not going to give you the full, you know, so you're going to have to.
Right. Again, why you need that professional. There's so many details in there that, you know, we work every day with.
Right.
And so, you know, to us, it's just another, you know, that's what we're doing. We're in there, we're doing that. And we try to take that stress off of our clients because, you know, we just want to come to them with, here's the deal. These are, you know, A, B, and C things we can do. Which one is better? And that's what we're going to go try and do. So.
Right. I think one of these weeks we're going to have to put out just a specific, you know, podcast talking about all of these different things.
I think so.
I mean, we explain it to every client we have, but for them to be able to go back and listen to it might be a valuable tool.
Well, I think so.
I mean, you know, being able to contact and ask questions is great always, but having an available resource directly to you at any time would be nice.
Yeah.
That's something we should look into.
Oh, 100%. I mean, and you can get a hold of us anytime.
Exactly.
But, you know, phone number, we got our phone number. We'll put that in the details and, you know, on social media, email, however you need to get a hold of us. So, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So many details. So yeah, this week is like the contract.
Yeah.
Like all the meat and potatoes of it. And like you said, there's so many things in there. We can't just cover it all here, but just kind of touched on a few, but again, that's why we're here to help people.
Exactly. And, you know, for the people listening at home, I know it just sounds like we talked about a bunch of different things. It's not to scare or intimidate you. It's just to make you aware.
Yeah.
And we'd love to answer any questions you possibly can have. So contact us at 719-500-7129.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
I know.
I know you're just testing me on that. It's okay.
It's okay.
I know the phone number.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, that's step 4, you know, the meat and potatoes of it. So we're getting there, but that's a big, it's like step 4
through
4.1 through 4.100.
Yes.
Like there's so many things in there. So like I said, we'll break that down as we go through.
Yeah.
We'll talk about those topics, but let's move on to Seth's favorite place in a house. Could be a couple options. Of course, mine is the kitchen. I love being in the kitchen. I love that. That's my spot.
Okay.
I'm gonna venture a guess that your favorite place may be kind of feeling garage.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's almost like I know you.
Yeah, you know me really well.
I love that. Why the garage?
It's where I spend most of my time. I got a couple, you know, nice project vehicles. Well, I don't say nice, but I got some couple project vehicles that I like working on, and a bunch of different engineering projects, and I like creating stuff. So
I love that.
it's an open space where you get to put all your fancy tools and equipment.
Right.
Kind of just go out there and enjoy yourself.
I have thought of like your garage would look very different than my garage. Though.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I believe in your garage, you know, like ideal. I'm just throwing some things. I'm just going to throw some things at the wall and see if they stick. Like car lift.
Yep.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Mandatory.
Yeah. Like tool wall. Like with all the shelves and the things and all the things.
Maybe.
So they're there. Accessible.
I want a big toolbox.
Big
I don't need a wall full of tools. That's too many.
You think?
Yeah, I'd much rather have equipment.
Oh, okay.
Like a welder.
Oh, welder. That was going to be one of my guesses. Do you weld then?
Yeah. I mean, not well, but yeah.
I love that. I love that. You'll have to show me sometime.
Yeah. I got a whole different other business venture.
Oh, you do?
Yes. Yeah.
What are you doing there? On the side?
It's a mini.
Your side hustle?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of a side hustle. Everybody's got to have one. Everybody nowadays has one. So.
It's a manufacturing company, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we use CAD and we use CAD to create a whole bunch of different designs for people. We're, making parts, making signs, do a whole bunch of stuff.
I thought you said you use cats.
CAD.
I got it now. You said it more than once, but I was like, what's he using cats for? Does he have like a little army
personal
of cats
enjoyment
out there? Like, do they have like little welder masks on?
Yeah, no, they don't have opposable thumbs. Typically not going to be great at welding.
Oh, okay. So how big? What's the perfect garage size for you then? Like, are we talking like 2-car, 3-car, like shop? Like,
we talking want or need?
Well, I mean, we're just going out there. We're just throwing stuff at the wall, see if it sticks.
Perfect shop is like 5,000 square foot.
Whoa, so major.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
But realistically, for what I need right now, somewhere around 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. So like, then like, is it like fancy, like finished covered floors? You know how they have those fancy floors, or is it just like cement? Like, are you a cement guy? Like,
I do love those like really nice epoxy garages, but it depends. I mean, at this point in my life, this time and place, I don't really need that. So just cement, so my stuff can keep leaking on it.
Well, if you're fixing it, it shouldn't be leaking, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
What?
Look, man, I got a whole bunch of old Jeeps. They if they're leaking fluid, it's good. It means they've got fluid.
Oh, okay. I mean, I see that. I get that. Yeah. All right. Yeah. See, my garage, not so much.
No.
I would have like a place for the cars, like of course, but then like there'd be like a gardening, like bench, like you would have a workbench.
Right.
Mine would be for like gardening. We go back to that. What was that first week word? See, biophilic.
Oh God, yeah. The biophilic garage.
Yeah. Well, I need a space so I could take it inside for all my plants. See, because right now I don't have a space. I use the front porch. So for me that'd be kind of cool to be able to like leave my mess there,
right,
in the garage kind of thing. But now I have to like drag it all out, do it, and then clean it up. So like that would be mine. Perfect. Just, it doesn't have to be big, but just like one little area.
Okay.
That I could store all my like dirt, extra pots, and because I have this spider plant that it hangs off my second floor balcony. I have a Juliet balcony, and it's just hangs down into the first floor. It's lots of babies, so I'm constantly like populating babies on that. Spider plants. They're good for your house. They clean the air in your house.
Sounds like a much cheaper hobby than I've got. So.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, mine is like pots and dirt.
Yeah, no.
And I have like, I did clean out my part of my garage this week, and I found that I have like 5 trowels. Like little, I don't know why. I guess because I couldn't find them. Again, I don't have like a spot. Yeah. So I put them all in one spot now. So I should be okay. But yeah, I think our garages would be very different.
Mine would be filled with motors and axles and nonsense transfer cases.
And that's kind of where mine is right now. I have a lot of Jeep parts. My husband likes Jeeps, so and I think I have an axle in there.
You've got a bunch of stuff from me too.
Do I?
Oh yeah.
Is your stuff in my garage too?
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That's great. I think we have like 5 Jeep soft tops in there. I don't even know.
Oh, not even close.
Oh, is there
Try
more?
15.
Oh my gosh.
There's a ton.
It's just, I don't know. I don't touch that stuff.
You just collect the things, man. Like you just collect them over time.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
With the Jeeps?
Yeah. I just collect the parts as they come in.
I see.
Because, I'll probably take care of them and maintain them for the rest of my life. So it's not really a bad thing having a ton of extra parts.
Yeah. I just ride in the Jeep. And I drive the Jeep.
I could probably build an extra Jeep with all the things I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I see.
Kind of a hoarder when it comes to that stuff.
With Jeep parts. Yeah. You definitely need a big space then.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to have like a nice big 5,000 square foot shop with a.
Well, that would be the problem though, because then I start getting into all these other.
Then you collect more things.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jeez. Well, I get it from my dad.
I know.
He's a collector of things as well.
He is a collector of things.
Yes,
I'm aware. Well, that's cool. So, but I mean, like, so like if you had the big shop, you'd have to have like a, like a seating area though, like.
100%. No, yeah, I would want, 2 double-decker lifts and then like a couch hangout area in the middle to watch some football.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I love that.
My Broncos aren't doing so good.
No.
My Vikings are, though.
I know. How about them Vikes?
Right?
Ah, I do love them. That's some good times. Love that.
Yeah.
So that'd be fun. Oh, my question is, is there gonna be a pantry in there?
No. I'll just let you take care of that.
It's just highly disappointing.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you gotta like a fridge at least.
Well, a shop fridge is a must.
You gotta have a shop fridge.
Yeah.
So okay. Well, you should just consider the pantry, just like a cabinet.
I'll get like a rolling tool cart with snacks on it.
No, okay. I mean, it's your garage. You can do what you want with it. So I don't even know.
I don't know. I'd probably eat too many snacks if I had them in there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better served in the kitchen, far away from me.
You can come to my favorite room and come in the kitchen.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go say hi.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. So what about you? You not like, do you have a garage here in Colorado? It's definitely kind of a need,
Right.
you know, like with the terrible weather we have sometimes. So we won't say that word. We don't, it's kind of like Beetlejuice. You don't want to say it because then it might happen. But we all know what
We got
we're
lucky
talking
this
about.
year.
We
for the most
did.
part.
For the most part, yeah. Little stuff. Well, at least
There's a couple.
where we live.
Yeah, a couple.
There was a couple other places that got hit
Yes.
pretty hard, but yeah. What about you? What's your favorite garage? Are you a garage person? Are you hanging out in the garage? One of our neighbors has a nice big old TV in his garage, and they are constantly in there having a good time, which is cool. I love that for them.
Yeah.
So,
Or if you're hoarding a project car that you'd like to let go for cheap, let me know.
or if you're hoarding a project car.
Look, man, that's how sometimes I acquire some of my stuff. Just dealing with clients, and they got to move their stuff out.
Well, that's true.
Sometimes I help them.
Sometimes,
Take that project off their hands.
You did get that random truck. Hold on.
I mean, a truck, a motorcycle. I got a lot of things.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just pick it up. Pick it up.
Yeah.
You need it gone, I'll get it
You
gone.
need it gone, we'll get it gone.
Yep.
I love that. Helping out the clients, helping out you. It's all good things.
Well, helping out me, kind of, not really.
I love that, though.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, okay. That's your favorite room. Now we've covered our two favorite rooms. We'll come up with something different next week.
Yep.
And we'll talk about different things in the house.
I would venture to guess that most people's favorite room is not going to be the garage.
You think so?
Yeah. I feel like most people would want to do, their living room or maybe even their bedroom.
Yeah.
It was like, I would say a lot of people, their favorite room is their bedroom. Some more personal space
Could be.
they can just kind of do for themselves.
Yeah. I hide a lot in mine. I just kind of go in there.
From who?
Well, for everybody else in the house. It's, that's a whole other topic of being mom.
Okay.
Like, that's a hard thing to be because, sometimes, I sit down and it's just like, and all the kids in the house, and you're like, I just sat down. But again, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, I wouldn't understand being mom.
No.
No.
So sometimes mom needs to hide.
Okay.
So, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But love that garage. So what's your ideal garage? What's your is your favorite room the garage out there? Let us know in the comments. We want to know. So
What do you have in your garage?
my garage?
No, the people.
Oh yeah.
What's in there?
Well, that's the thing too.
You got junk, or
You got junk or cars?
cars, or you got a lot of people have got like extra groceries or supplies or stuff.
Yeah, storage.
Especially Colorado. I mean, I
Storage.
typically don't see a lot of cars in the garage. I see like kayaks and canoes and camping equipment, that kind of stuff,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
which I've got myself. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm part of the problem.
I
Just
love that.
not taking care of the space like you should. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. Good times.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Let us know what's in your garage and, what size and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Love that. And if it's your favorite room. I have a feeling not a lot of
Nah.
women are going to say yes, but maybe some dudes, maybe some guys.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, you never
I
know.
don't generalize, so there could be a lot of women.
Me too. Yeah. I mean, if I had my little section out there, that'd be fun. It'd be one of my more favorite rooms in the house.
Right.
Plus, for moms, it would also be kind of a favorite room because it's not a room we have to clean a lot.
Our garages are very different.
Yeah.
Mine is constantly being cleaned.
Well, most of the stuff in my garage, I'm not allowed to touch because I don't know what it is and it's not mine. So I don't want to move things because then if I move it, I hide it.
Okay.
And so I just don't mess with anything in my garage if it's not mine. I just, not my jam.
Smart.
Yep. Yep. Hands off.
Wouldn't touch it.
Hands off. Anyway, well, let us know. All righty. Down to the fun time on our podcast here. We love to ask Seth questions.
Okay.
Kind of pick his brain.
Yep.
Yeah. It's funny because one of the questions I have kind of goes back to, having a shop. But the first one I'm going to ask you. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You got it. You don't need to shake it out or anything. Good.
I mean, I can.
You're always prepared.
Jazz hands.
Oh, jazz hands. Okay. Not the jazz hands. All righty. Okay. Well, here's your first question. You ready?
Sure. Shoot.
What characteristics would your nemesis have if you had one?
Ooh.
Right?
Like,
well, if they're your nemesis for a reason, what characteristics do they have to make them your nemesis?
my nemesis.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Definitely a morning person. And
Wait a minute.
morning
Are
person.
we nemesis? Am I your nemesis? Because I'm a morning person.
That works for me. If it works for you.
Alrighty. I don't know. Okay, what else? What else you got going on out there? What else would make someone your nemesis?
Oh, somebody is not on time. Like just always constantly late to everything. Because I'm 15 minutes early or on time.
Right, right. Sorry about that. That probably came from me.
Yeah.
Your dad.
That's just
military things.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
But oh man. I mean, you got all the typical stuff, dishonesty,
Sure.
no loyalty, all that
Right.
kind of stuff. But
Right.
just like more interesting, I guess, would be someone who's short.
What? Why would your nemesis be short?
Oh,
hey,
man.
we gave out mad love to the fun size people last week.
And now, it comes back around.
Oh man, why? You got to show love to all the people.
Well, right, but they can't reach stuff, and they fit places better than I do.
Oh, that's true.
Right. You got to think
Right.
like leg room,
Oh yeah.
just overall general comfortability and majority of spaces.
Okay, I get that.
They're winning.
I get that.
I'm taller, so.
They're winning.
Right.
So that makes them your nemesis, right? I understand.
No. See? You gotta.
I get it.
Yeah. So my nemesis would be a short person who's late in the morning. That's what we've come to.
I love that. All rational.
I know a lot of people like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, if are they all your nemesises?
Nemesis? I don't know.
I know. What's the plural of nemesis now? Is it nemesi, nemesises?
Look it up on. I don't know. You got a computer.
I don't know.
I don't
like to Google stuff.
But the people want to know.
Well, I mean, Google it. Let me know. Let me know what the
right.
plural of nemesis is. Like, is it like
Nemesi?
the plural of
I don't know.
what's another one? That's like the same. But
I can't answer your question.
I can't either.
I'm doing one question at a time.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, what's your nemesis?
Mine would be someone who, someone who doesn't listen after they ask a question and I give them the answer and then you tell them, but then they go, what? And you're like, I just said a 3-minute story to answer. Did you hear any of it? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it again.
No.
I don't want to say it again. No,
No, that's fair.
absolutely not.
Would agree.
No, absolutely not. Someone who doesn't listen.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and not just in general, but like if you specifically ask me something, you should listen.
Or someone who listens with the intent of responding and not the intent of hearing.
Right.
Understanding.
Oh, I love that. That's great. Say that again.
What?
Someone who listens.
With the intent, listens for the purpose of responding instead of, understanding and hearing.
Right. And yeah, absolutely.
Which I think a lot of people are guilty of. And I would, I'm guilty of it occasionally,
Right.
sometimes, and Rick's better than anybody else. But yeah, I think your mindset will shift a lot if you listen with the intent of actually listening instead of trying to find your response
Well,
or
it's funny though.
find something they said wrong.
We actually do that in our job.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to listen for the intent of hearing you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we just, think we're just answering your questions constantly, we're not hearing you. And so for us to get the details on what you need or what you're looking for, as far as home wise, or, whatever that is. Like, we need to hear that. So love that.
Yeah.
We practice that on a daily basis for sure.
Yeah. And it's something you have to continue to practice because you're never going to be perfect at it.
Absolutely.
So it's in our nature to want to respond and want to provide value and input, but sometimes it's not needed. You just got to pay attention.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All righty, moving on. Let's see. I got one more. Let's see. Actually, I have two on here, but I can pick just one. I always have three. Sometimes we just get to two because, we don't want to run over time. But let's see. I'll just ask this one. And I didn't spell it right on here, but which Disney princess would make the best spy?
The best spy.
Yeah. And why? You got a few to choose from there.
I mean, yes and no.
Why's that?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of characteristics that a spy needs to have that I'm not sure all of them contain.
Well, that's why you can narrow it down.
Yeah.
Definitely narrow it down.
I've actually got my answer.
Ooh.
What's your answer? I'm curious to know.
You're curious as to my answer?
Yeah.
I wish I could. Oh, okay. You want to say it on three?
Sure.
Together?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Tiana.
Mulan. Oh.
See, that was my other one.
Was it Mulan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's technically not a princess, but she kind of becomes one, kind of.
No, yeah.
Because she kind of was not like a spy, but she was like already undercover.
I mean, yeah. She was doing something.
But why Tiana? Why are you going there?
Oh, she's self-made.
Well, that's true.
I mean, you can learn a lot of things, but nothing gets past hard work and determination.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure. I don't know. I just remember all this stuff. But at the beginning of the movie, she's like, saving up all this money and working extra hard to buy this restaurant that's, a piece of garbage. And then she fixes it up.
Yeah.
Makes it all nice by herself. And, she's trying to get done. She's a hard worker.
Love that.
And I can respect that.
Yeah.
I mean, because you've got other people, other princesses that can like schmooze and fit into every any circle or whatever, but nothing gets past hard work.
I love that.
That's why Mulan would come in, second, because she's kind of the same story.
Definitely.
She's got a crazy task to rise to, and then she just does it.
Right.
You can't outwork somebody who just wants to do it.
That's true. Can't outwork somebody who wants to outwork you.
Exactly.
Wants to work for their goal.
Exactly.
Which goes back to
pick the hardest
step one.
Exactly.
How to buy a house. Let's set a goal. Let's set a goal. Let's set a goal for this year. Let's set a goal for 3 years, 5 years, whatever that is. Like, let's just,
Well, you got to find somebody motivated. And I think when I think of the Disney princesses, those are the couple of the ones that are the most motivated.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love that for you. So, okay. Well, I'll just throw the last question out there.
Yeah, we got time.
You don't have to answer it if you want, but I just thought it was funny because it kind of went back to the whole shop thing. And with cats. Also, we talked about cats today too, which is crazy. It totally goes into this.
Okay.
And it's just kind of a why? Why isn't there any mouse flavored treats for cats?
Why isn't there any?
Yeah. I mean, you go to the store, they're all like chicken and beef or tuna. Why are there no mouse flavored? Because that's what cats are. I mean, that's what they're for.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, no. I think the point is that the mice are the mouse flavored treats. Yeah. When was the last time you saw a cat take down a chicken or a cow?
Well, not a cow.
Or a fish. Like.
Oh, fish. Oh, yeah. You can see. Totally. Cats can fish. Chicken? Oh, yeah. Cats can kill chickens. I've seen that when I was a kid. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But when was the last time you saw an indoor cat that gets treats?
Oh, yeah. No, not my indoor cat for sure. That guy, no.
So theoretically, if you think about it.
But so is he missing out now because he doesn't know what a mouse would taste like? Is he missing out? I don't know.
No.
Are indoor cats missing out? Do we need to?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I just thought it was kind of ironic. My mother, your grandmother, she loves to regale us with barn cat stories.
Yep.
And that was one of the ones recently she texted us was about how she found a thing of mice, baby mice, and then she fed them to the barn cats.
Yeah.
I mean, which is what happens on a farm. Sorry, that's just what happens. But yeah.
You don't want them up in the tractors.
Well, no, that's why you have barn cats. So, they take care of that. So anyway, I just thought it was funny. But I never dawned on me before. Why aren't there mouse-flavored cat treats? I don't know.
Because they can handle that themselves.
Yeah,
for the most part,
maybe.
I think.
Then I thought maybe was I like poor cat. My poor cat, has never had a mouse flavor. He doesn't know what they taste like. Luckily, because I don't have any mice in my house. Good thing.
Right.
Good thing. But would you have a cat in your shop?
Oh, a shop
mice?
cat, yeah.
Gotta have a shop cat.
Or a shop dog. One of the two.
Yeah, one of the two.
Or maybe both.
Yeah, well.
They serve different purposes.
Yeah, I love that. Love that for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like cats.
Yeah. Definitely. You're kind of more self-sufficient than dogs.
Yep. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, okay. I love that. Well, yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. Which Disney princess you think would make the best spy, right? Which one? And why? And why? What are your thoughts on why are there no mouse-flavored cat treats?
I feel like a lot of people are going to have a lot of different answers.
I think so.
Disney one.
I love that. I thought that one was kind of intriguing because there's a lot to pick from.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, thanks for your input today. Let's see. This upcoming week, last week was cheeseburger day. Did you have a cheeseburger last week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Do love a good cheeseburger. I had one with green chili on it. So good. Mwah. Chef's kiss right there for that green chili on the burger. Love that.
Okay.
Good stuff. And this next week coming up.
Yep.
September 25th. This is right along. You're going to like this day. National Quesadilla Day.
Oh.
September 25th.
Do love a good quesadilla.
Right. National Quesadilla Day, September 25th. So make sure that day you go out and find a good quesadilla, cheese, chicken, whatever you like to put in it.
Salsa.
A little bit of salsa. People like guacamole.
Not a big guac fan.
I know, but other people do.
I do love queso and
queso. Yeah. So
salsas.
Definitely next Wednesday, you got to go out and find you
chiles.
Got to go find a good quesadilla. So yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in with us today, listening to some of our stuff, and hopefully we're helping you out a little bit. And as always, if you have any questions about anything, let us know. We're here, we want to help. Sure. Kind of thing. Next week, we're going to continue on our journey of steps in buying a house, kind of the overview. And like I said, we'll break it down.
Right.
And then some other happenings and, house stuff and some, of course, some fun stuff, like to have fun. If you enjoyed our show, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Demetrellis Homes or give us a call at 719-500-7129 or email us at demetrellishomes@gmail.com. So as always, thanks again to 719 Lending for letting us using their studio here. Love that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we want to hear from you. We'd love to know your answers, what your thoughts are. Give us some other things to bring up next time. And to those people that were asking about the step for buying a home, we were going to talk about finding the house. Please reach out to us again so we can help you take that questionnaire and kind of narrow down your search so you know exactly what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. We'll make sure we get that sent out to you. And if you'd like that, again, just give us a call or contact us. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at Demetrellis Homes, or give us a call at 719-500-7129.
Yep.
So, all right. Anything else for today?
Nope. I just want everybody who's listening to this show to stay blessed and have a good day.
I love that. That. Thanks for that. As always, we have to do the stuff at the end.
Correct.
We're Seth and Shelly Demetrellis. We are licensed realtors in the state of Colorado. We assume no responsibility for liability or for any errors and omissions in our content of this podcast. Information contained in this podcast is purely for entertainment purposes. Please seek legal counsel for official information related to any topic discussed. Have a good week.
Yep. Take care, everybody. See you next time.